Guess who found some video effects? I'm absolutely overdoing it. I'm one of those guys. I love this time of year. The kids dressing up, the candy, of course, and the fact that it's getting colder. I wanted to just drop a quick video and talk about bundling. If you've heard me speak at all, if we've met, if I've had more than 30 seconds with you, I've probably talked about bundling. It is such a powerful tool for a business, any type of business, whether you sell a product, whether you sell a service. Um, it's just a way for you to add more value to the lifetime value of that client, but also give them more value. Question that always comes up is, well, how do I figure out what to bundle? Right? You don't want to put a steak sandwich with a fish sandwich. If you do, I don't want to know you. So, how do you do it? Well, you start with the end in mind, ultimately, and that is what's going to provide the most value for your customer. So, if you're thinking about that, hold that off to the side. There's a framework that you can go through. It's called Scamper. And I'll just break it down for you. The S stands for substitute, right? What could you substitute in your product or service that would increase the value to the client, to the ticket value? The C is um, combined. Sorry, senior moment is combined. What can you add to it? Whether it be a feature, or whether it be an add-on service just off to the side, um, power washing a roof you throw in the sidewalk kind of thing. What can you do? The A is adapt. What can you do to adapt what you deliver in a way that creates additional value? So think about GoPro. GoPro started with just a basic lens, a basic camera technology, but they mounted it in a way and they created this whole use case for it because of the way that they mounted it. Um, it became a whole nother line of product, actually, a whole nother genre of products. Modify. What could you do? The M is modify. What could you do to modify what you have that would enhance the usability of your product or service? Um, think about Mini Coopers, right? With cool looking sports car. uh, Um, not so much today, but at one point it was. And all they did was basically take a big car and shrunk it down and made it a little car, and they jazzed it up some with some sporty features and convertibles, but they modified this basic classic car into something else. The P is put to another use. So, what can you do? Your product or service does something, but is there some other use of that something? Play-Doh. Play-Doh was originally created as a wallpaper cleaner, as I understand it, a million years ago, and it was repurposed to be a child's toy. And everyone probably knows what Play-Doh is and what it does. Eliminate. So Scamper or E is what can you take out? Sometimes you add by subtracting, you add value by taking things away. A great example is Netflix. So they had content. They went from DVDs to streaming. So they took DVDs out of their business plan and they kind of redefined their business model based on removing. And then the R is what could you rearrange or reverse? Airbnb comes to mind. The traditional hotel model, they turned it on its head and they created this model where If you've ever stayed in an Airbnb, you know somebody owns it and they're renting out their space, either the whole space or just a part of the space to people. Um, and they basically rearranged the whole idea of staying somewhere else when you're traveling or whatnot. So bundling is such an effective tool to do those things. And how you get there is you start with what will be valuable for your customer. How does that turn into additional value for you, the business? And walk through this model. Ask yourself, what can I substitute? What can I combine with this? What can I adapt? What can I modify? What can I put to a totally different use? Maybe there's a whole nother market that can benefit from your product or service. What can I eliminate? What can I take out? And then what can I rearrange? So that's it. Think about that. I hope it's helpful. I'm going to go find some trick or treat candy that my wife has diligently hid from me. She doesn't know. I know. Have a good one.